Hi guys, these are the questions from your recent assessment on number skills. Question 1. Calculate 3 times 400. So you'll do 3 times 4 and then add 2 zeros to your answer. And the next question, you divide 600 by 1000. You move the point of the 600 3 places to the left. That gives you 0.6. Here we have to do multiplication first. That's BIDMAS. And then you add 10 to it. So you have 2 minuses in the next question. That means actually plus. So 6 plus 7 is 13. So well done if you got these questions right. Next, we need to show 11 over 25 as a percentage. So what we know, percentage means out of 100. So we're going to show this fraction as an equivalent fraction with 100 as a denominator. Times by 4, both sides, denominator and the numerator, and that will give you 44 over 100, which means 44%. So 8% means out of 100, so we can show this as a fraction. And that also means 87 divided by 100, and that means 0.87. If you're not sure how to multiply divide by 100 without the calculator, please practice this on Century or any other website. So square root of 49 is 7, because that's the reverse of 7 squaring. So if you 7 times by 7 give you 49, the other way around will be 49 square root of 49. So it helps you if you know all your square numbers, up to 100 at least, or 15 even better. So here you have different types of numbers you need to compare. You might compare all of them to half, more than half, less than half, or you can change them all into decimals, or you can change them all into percentages. If you do change them into decimals, make sure they all have the same number of places after the decimal point. So add zeros yourself if they don't have enough places. So make them all 3 places. You can see clearly 0.315 is the smallest one. So in this question you need to work out this example. So do the brackets first. So it's easy to show 25 as a quarter and find a quarter of 48, which means divide by 4. You can half that number and half again. Okay, so half is 24, half of 24 is 12, so you get 12 here. Let's find 2/5 over 45, fraction of 45. So imagine 5 parts, so you need to get 2 of them. That's what 2/5 means. So first we're going to divide 45 by 5. And that will be 1 part. And for 2 parts, times by 2. That will give you 18. So we now need to 80 add 12. And take away 18 from it. So the answer is 74. Let's look at the next question. Dave is thinking of a number. The number is greater than 200, less than 300, a square number. So you need to know what square numbers are, and the multiple of 5. So you know square numbers are made, you can get square numbers if you multiply a number by itself. Let's start with a bigger one. 10 squared is 100, 11 squared is 121, 12 squared is 144. So keep going. It's better if you know this by heart. So you will come to this number 15, because 15 squared will give you 225, which is a number between 200 and 300, and is also a multiple of 5. I think some of you put 250 here, so that is not suitable because it's not a square number. 25 is, but not 250. Okay, so well done if you got this right. Right, this question is about converting currencies. So you've got euros here, dollars, and pounds. So this is one method. We can change euros into pounds and then pounds into dollars, and that will allow us to compare to the pencil, which costs 125 in the USA. So let's first have a look at this conversion. So 1 euro costs 90 pence, so 2 euros will cost double of that, 3 euros cost triple of that. So this is direct proportion. The amount in euros and pounds increase in the same way. So you multiply, as you see. So you multiply by the rate. It's always rate is what you get for one unit in the different currencies. So multiply 110 by 0.9 or 0.90, or you can write 0.90 as 90p. That will be easier to manage the numbers. So now just ignore the zeros, just do 11 times 9, which is 99, and then you can put 2 zeros next to your answer. So remember that's still in pence. In pounds, it's 99 pounds. So this was one conversion. Now we're going to change pounds into dollars. So every pound you get 125. So that's multiplication again, multiplying by the rate, which is 125. Okay, so find the easy way of multiplying 99 by 1.25. Use your method, long multiplication, multiplication grid, split the number. So in my case, I split the number 125 into 1 and 0.25, which is a quarter. So I'm finding 1 of 99, which is 99, and then I'm finding a quarter of 99, which means 99 divided by 4. So you can half and half that number again, or you can use the bus stop, like I'm doing. So you get 24 pounds, 24.75 dollars, 24.75. So add the answers together, 99 and 24.75, and that will give you what you get for 99 pounds in dollars. Okay, that's 123 dollars 75 pence. Okay, so you can see now there are two prices. Can you see which one is cheaper? So Germany will be cheaper because you get it for 123 pounds 75 in Germany compared to 125 in the USA. Next question is about to work out the number of how long it will take to cook 10 kebabs. So you've got the formula here, time equal 2.5 times number of kebabs plus 16. So replace number of kebabs with 10, number 10. We're using substitution here. So do multiplication first, that is 25, and add 16. So you get 41 minutes to cook 10 kebabs. So next question, this time we know the time, 26. So we're going to use the same formula, replace time by 26. Kebabs with the X or question mark, and plus 16. So can you see it looks like an equation? So we're gonna, instead of kebabs, put X in there and rewrite as an equation. And in equation we apply opposite calculations to get to X. So first minus 16, and then you'll divide by the answer by 2.5. So that will give you 4. So this is the answer for kebabs. Okay, next question, you need to calculate 56% of 850. So by calculate, they mean work out. So we're gonna use non-calculator method and break 56% into the easy percentages, 50% and 1% 6 times. These are easy percentages. 50% means half of the number. 1% means divide the number by 100. Okay, let's find half of 850. You can do half of 800, 400, half of 50, 25, and add the numbers together. Or you can use the bus stop method, as you see now on the screen. So that is 425. To double check that, so add another 425 to it, and that should give you the original number. So that is okay, that is fine. Okay, so now we're going to work out 1% of 850, which means divide 850 by 100, and that's just you're moving the point 2 places to the left. The point is at the end, assumes it's at the end, 8.5, and times it by 6 because we need 6%. Okay, add your two answers together for 50% for 6%, and that will be your final answer, 476. Well done if you got this right. So next question, Anusha tries to calculate 7% on 1,250, and she writes 0.7 for 8%, 7%. So we know 7% means 7 over 100. That means 0.07. So this is where her mistake is. So she should have written 0.07 times by 1,250. So this is a calculator method of working out percentage. And next question. Dieter slept very well last night. He says, I slept for 9 out of 24 hours. That is over 36% of a day. Okay, so let's show 9 out of 24 as a fraction. You can see we can simplify this fraction. 3 goes into 9 and 24. Three over 8, and from here you can work out actually what it is as a percentage, because 1/8, you should know, is 0.125, and 3/8 makes 3 of them, so 0.125 times by 3. That's what 3 lots of 1/8. Okay, and that is decimal, and we can easily change it into percentage by multiplying by 100. Okay, so multiply by 100, move the point 2 places to the right, and you get 37.5%. So now you can see it's bigger than 36%. So that means he is right, because ignore that no, it should be yes. So he is right, that is over 36%. Okay, so we can also use a different method. We can show 36% as 36 over 100, simplify it. So yeah, simplified it twice. So I get 9 over 25, and we're going to compare that to 9 over 24. So we can see 9 over 24 is bigger than 9 over 25. The top number is the same, the bottom number, we go for the smaller number. That means that's bigger fraction. Okay, in any case, the answer is yes. It is over the amount he stated. Next question. So we need to work out the total for Roisin. So he works 6.5 hours, and he get paid £9 per hour. Just multiply the amounts. So you don't have a calculator here, you can break that 6.5 into 6 and 0.5. Work them out separately, and then add your answers together. That's one way, or you could just use column multiplication, 6.5, put 9 underneath, under 5, and multiply it this way. So the answer is £58.50. Okay, so that's part B of the question. She worked 14 hours. She earned £314, which included 160 in tips. So we need to work out pay rate. Okay, so let's write what we know. So total pay is 314, and that is 14 hours she worked, multiplied by the rate per hour, which we don't know, plus 160. Okay, so we can see we can work backwards here in reverse to work out the rate. So let's subtract 160 first. And then we're going to divide that by 14. You can use bus stop method, or you can see how many lots of 14 you need to get to 154. You could do repeated addition, keep adding in 14 until you get to 154, or better of course if you use the bus stop method, or you use the start with 5 or 6, whatever is closer you think to 154. You can avoid bus stop by multiplying a couple of numbers which are close enough to get you to 154. So it's better to start with 10. 14 times 10 is 140, and then go higher. You can see if you add another 14 to it, that will give you 154. That means it's 11 pounds per hour. That's why what she gets paid, £11 per hour. So well done if you got this right in your test. Okay, question 15 is on ratio. So ratios are identical or equivalent. So Terry made a mistake here. So x to 2 is the same as 30 to 12. If you write them under each other, you can see there is increase by 6. That means another number increases by 6 as well. An increase means multiplying. We always multiply or divide to make equivalent ratios. So he should have divided by 6 here. So if you wrote that as an explanation, that will be accepted. You could have also written that 30 divided by 6 gives you 5, so the answer x should be 5. Okay, let's look at the next question. Factory production line makes 275,000 cans of drink in 5 hours. So you can omit the word thousand, just write 275,000 to 5 hours. And we need to work out how many hours it takes to make 165,000. Okay, so that is direct proportion. The more time you have, the more cans you make. So let's have a look at find 1 hour. How many cans can be made in 1 hour? That means 275 divided by 5. So use the bus stop method. 5 into 27 goes 5 times, 2 left over, and 5 into 25 goes 5 times again. So that gives you 55,000 cans in 1 hour. And then need to see the increase from 55 to 165, how many times it's bigger than 55. So we can use the bus stop, but that's probably easier just to multiply. Try a few numbers, multiply and get as close to 165. You should get 165. So that is 3 times. So 3 hours. Okay, so this question just purely on division. You just need to check it. Show you can divide. It's 2 marks. So you're gonna divide 432, which is your total cost for the gas, divide by 12, and that will give you amount per month. Okay, how many 12s do you need to get to 43? So you're gonna do 12 into 43 first. 3 times, 4 times. 4 times is too big, so we're gonna go 3 times. That will give you 36. Let's find the remainder from 43. 7. So put the 2 down. 72. So how many 12s go into 72? That's going to be 6. Okay, so 36. That is £36 per month. So if you use a different method, doesn't matter. Just the answer should be 36 pounds. There are always a few ways of solving the problem. If you don't use the method I'm using, it doesn't matter, you just need to get the answer right. So Mo is working out the cost of his electricity bills. The bill is for 30 days. So during the 30 days, he pays the fixed charge of 20 pence. You see, that's a 6-mark question. Guys, there are lots of numbers in here. Maybe highlight them or circle like I do, and we're going to work them out step by step. Okay, even if you work out one step, that is something towards the answer, so don't skip this question because it's too long. So we're going to work out the total fixed charge for 30 days. That means 20 pence a day per day times by 30. That gives you £6. What can we do next? I'll work out how many kilowatts was used. 500. We're going to work out the price for that times by 14, because for every kilowatt you use 14 pence. So use the column multiplication. See, I'm timing by 5 instead of 500, and then I'm adding 2 zeros to the answer. Don't forget to convert into pounds. Okay, so I'm going to add these 2 answers in 1 and 2 together. That will give us total charge. Okay, and now we're going to work out 5% of VAT. So you should know VAT is a value added tax, so we will be adding it to the price. That is tax. So let's find 5% first of our total charge of £76. So we know 10% means divide the number by 10, so 76 becomes 760. but we need 5%. So we're going to just half the number, half the answer. So 7.6 divided by 2. So I'm using the bus stop method to work this out, which is 3.8, as money is £3.80. Okay, and finally, in the last step, we're going to add this to the price. Why are we adding? Because that is added tax. Okay, you should get £79.80. Well done if you got full marks for this question, and if you got any, so please make sure you got the right steps. Try to get as many marks as possible from long questions like this. Okay, so next question, question 10, is on writing the numbers you see as a ratio in its simplest form. So we can straight away remove 3 zeros from both numbers, and that gives us 45 to 35. We simplified it. In other words, we divided each number by 1,000. Both numbers ends with 5. We can divide both numbers by 5. And that will give us the 9 to 7, so which is the answer. 9 to 7. Okay, at the end of the first year, Theo and Jenny shared the total profit made by business in the ratio of the original investments. Jenny made 21,000 profit. So let's write the ratios we got from the first part, 9 to 7. And also we know Jenny made 21,000. So 7 parts in a ratio show 21,000. We always work out one part. That helps us to work out the other parts afterwards. So 21,000 divided by 7. So ignore the zeros, do 21 divided by 7. That is your times table for 7 times table, 3, and put 3 zeros into your answer. So one part represents 3,000. And we need to work out Jenny's part now, 9 parts. So we multiplied by 9. 3,000 times 9 will give you 27,000. So we're nearly there. In the last step, we need to work out the difference between these two amounts we just worked out. So difference means subtraction. So 27,000 minus 21,000. So 6,000 is the answer. Well done if you got this right. So the next year, the business makes a loss and Jenny decides to sell her share. She loses all of her profit from the first year, plus 3/10 of her original investment. So let's have a look. What is her original investment? 35,000. We need to work out 3/10 of her original investment, which is 3/10 over 35,000. So that means 35,000 divided by 10. That's the total parts, and times your answer by 3, because you need 3/10. And that will be 35 times 3 for quick calculation, and add 2 zeros to your answer. So 105, 10,500. So that's 3/10 of her original investment. Right, profit from the first year. Right, it's not 35,000. What is it? It's in part A. We worked it out. So we need to change the first number, 35,000. So we're going to look at profit now. Profit from the first year. So what profit did she make at the end of the first year? Okay, let's remove that. So I'm going to use the profit from the first year. $21,000. Okay, so 21,000 plus 10,500 will give us 31,500. So that is the amount of money Jenny loses. Okay, next question. It's about the train journey, so we need to work out 8% of the train journey, which is 300. So 8% of 300. So as usual in the non-calculator questions, we're going to use easy percentages like 1%, 10%, 50. So 1% means divide the number by 100, which is 3, and times your answer by 8, and that will be 8%, 24 pounds. That's a quick and easy question. Hopefully everybody got this right. Okay, and in part B, we have some discounts. Adult tickets 1/3 off, child tickets 60% off. So we need to know how to work out 1/3 of a number, which means we're dividing by 3, and 60% off. So we've been doing percentages already, so shouldn't be a problem here. So adult ticket costs £15 full price. That is for Bob. We have to subtract 1/3 from it. So 1/3 of 15 is 15 divided by 3, which is 5. So take it away from 15, that is £10. So for Bob it will cost £10. And for his grandson, let's have a look at child ticket. That cost £8 full price. So we're going to work out 60% off. So 60% off, it means the price is at 40%. If some of you worked it straight away 40%, that's fine. Or we need to find 60% and subtract it from the total price, from the full price. Okay, so whichever method you used, I'm using 40% here. 40% of 8, so I'm finding 10% first of 8, which is 0.8, and then multiply my answer by 4, and that will give me £3.20. So this is how much the ticket cost. So I don't need to subtract it now because it's already what is the price is £3.20 for the child. So here you go, we've got two circled answers, so we're gonna add them together and then compare to the full prices. So full price for both would be £23, and discounted tickets, if you add them together, you get £13.20. Okay, so how much does Bob save? We just need to subtract one from the other, and that will tell you how much he saved by using his rail card. So that is £9.80. Okay, finally the last question is on a Best Buy. So you've got two offers here. So you see pints and meals, guys. So straight away work out pints in milliliters, so we can easily compare. So half pint means 300 mils, and we've got 500 mils. So we're going to work out which price is better glass, half pint of a glass of lemon crush, or a bottle. So we let's just make notes for them. 300 mils, for 300 mils you pay £1.50. For 500 mils in the bottle you pay £2. So in this case, if you remember, to find the better value for money, we're going to work out the price per the same weight. So let's go per 100 ml, per the same capacity in this case, and we're going to divide the price and the amount by 3. That will give us 100 mils. So a half pint glass will cost 50p per 100 mils. And if you get the bottle, you will divide mils, 500 mils by 5, and £2 by 5. So £2 divided by 5, 200. 200, change it into pence. 200 divided by 5 will give you 40p. So you can see now clearly that the bottle is a better value for money, because that costs you 40p per 100 mils. So always compare per the same weight. You could have compared to for different weight, maybe for 1,500, because 300 and 500 can be scaled up to 1,500 mils each.